Hi, guys. Welcome to I Am Reality Now, where you are the star and story of your life. I am Stefania,
I am Mitch.
and today we're going to talk about I Am Everything. And we're actually really excited to share this episode with you guys because when we say you're everything, you're the center of everything, everything's a reflection of your beautiful minds and hearts, it can be a little bit a big of a grand idea to maybe dissect at the beginning. So that's why we're making this episode to share with you that it doesn't have to be that far-fetched or that far out, and we're going to give you examples on like cool things that we've
Mhm.
experienced that really resonate and like bring that idea and that theory and it grounds it, right? So, hi, Mitch, again. Uh,
Hi. Yeah, this will be a lot of fun. Everything, your everything, stories, your stories. And we're gonna have a lot of stories to tell today. A lot of fun. Stories are fun, right? I mean, this is what children listen to when they're younger, and it's imagination and it's limitless. Telling stories, and because you're everything, you are all of your stories and you're always telling them. And it's going to be a lot of fun. This will be a lot of it'll be application. A lot of it'll be really a little bit of everything because you are everything, and you are your story. You are the way that you see things from your point of view is your story, and the reality is your story because reality has no meaning without you. It's a story. It's an instantaneous story. Everything that you perceive is reality. What this means, as soon as you look at it, you're asking yourself, what does this mean? That's a story. What is this person thinking? That's a story. That's reality because you're experiencing it instantaneously. And what you entertain, you experience, and what you experience, you believe, and what you experience and believe is reality. That's what reality actually is. Reality actually means the meaning subjectively from you. So you're always entertaining a story, and we'll have a lot of fun with that today, Steph.
yeah. And it's so cool because it took me a while to figure out that the story can go from good to better. Like it doesn't have to be this story of anguish or super dramatic things. It really can go from it's just expansion, right? Expansion of awareness, but it can go from beautiful to more polished, right? That's what like we do with diamonds. We keep polishing them until they become this beautiful reflection of light. And that's why we love them because the light enters and it gets reflected everywhere. And that's, I think, essentially what this path is about, consistently polishing our awareness to continue reflecting more light, which we then share with others. And, it just grows from there. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's we have this ability for free will to give the story we want. Our superpower is to think what we choose to think, the story we choose to give. That's our superpower. That is our complete power package as our identity as I am. And we, really take that to the limit. Doesn't matter what anybody says, what they think, what they say to us. It means nothing because it's where we place our awareness, where we place our attention, is where we place our energy. And we have that power in every moment. What do I want to think in this moment? What do I want to perceive in this moment?
Yeah.
How do I want to, what's my point of view of this moment? What's the meaning I want to give to this? What's my preferred meaning I want to give to this? That is a superpower. That is performing a miracle. That is performing a miracle.
Yeah.
You're looking at the sun, it's a rainy day. You know what? My plants are getting water today. That is a shift.
Yeah.
Looking at somebody is sick, well, I know they're getting better and better. That's a shift. That is your superpower. That is performing a miracle. That is why you're everything, because your love and to give the meaning you prefer is all you are. And it really is a beautiful thing. So it's going to be a lot of fun to share some applications. I have a great application to share. And maybe, Steph, why don't you start with
I
yours? Or what do you
think
think?
I think a cool way to start this off is something that happened to me recently and something that I say often, and Mitch hears me say this all the time, is
Mhm.
that things appear out of nowhere, nothing is ever lost. Things are misplaced, but they can never really leave you unless you accept them out of your awareness. And so no one can take anything from you without your permission. It was just that you accepted it, right? So I do this all the time with objects, but because I have more resilience and practice doing this, I'm very, very secure and confident that nothing is ever lost. So I had a really interesting situation with one of my friends this weekend where we were at a restaurant and we were sitting it was a busy restaurant, it's a sports bar, so there was a lot of, moving parts, people watching games. We were sitting on, like, high stools, so there was the high tops, you're just sitting across each other. And then he tells me, "Oh, like 15 minutes of walking in," he's like, "I don't have my phone." So then he starts looking around, he looks at the counter, he's pretty calm about it, he's around me, so he knows that I'm always saying, like, "Nothing's ever lost, things appear out of nowhere." We look at the floor, we look at the seat, he goes back to the car, he goes to the restroom that he had used, and I'm just laughing because in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, he's about to see some really cool magic happen," right? Because in my mind, I know, I am certain, I am sure that nothing is ever lost. It's everything always comes back to you. So, while that is happening in my mind, I'm hearing him tell me, "Oh my god, I just found it. I can't believe I just found it," right? That is so funny. I just found it. I kept replaying that. We asked the bartender. He's like, "No, oh my god, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Don't worry about it, it's gonna be fine." The funny thing about all this is that I go to use the restroom and then I find the phone on my way there. So then, of course, because we're looking for phones, my awareness is on phones appear out of nowhere. I find the phone and I go back to him and I ask him, "What's on your phone background?" He's like, "The picture of heaven," basically like the sky with clouds. The phone that I found had a picture of Earth, like a solar system and Earth. And I was like, "Okay, that's kinda similar, right?" Like, that's so funny. And I was like, "Well, that's not your phone." So then we sit down, we kind of forget about it. I have a thought in my mind like, "Well, at least if he doesn't get it today, somebody might turn it in tomorrow." And I was like, "No. Why am I letting another thought or idea come into my awareness? No, I want it today. I know that the phone is here today." And he even mentioned, "Oh, like, I just got a bonus. I can get another phone." No, that's not what we want. We want the phone here now. Within, like, 30 minutes of just, like, getting lost in conversation, we hear a thump on the floor, and then he just looks at me, and he just looks at me straight in the eyes without looking down, and he's like, "My phone just fell on the floor." He's like, "From the chair or my pocket." And we just started laughing because not only had he checked his pockets, guys, like, this might sound weird, but I also checked his pockets because he was in front of me, and I was like, "Wait, what do you have here?" Like, 'cause it was, like, his wallet, and he's like so like, there were so many instances where we know that we really covered our peripheral, that it was just awesome to, like, be able to witness the phone appearing out of nowhere, and, these things are very common to me because I am unshakable in my knowing that nothing can be taken from me that I don't allow to be taken from me. And I have a lot of years doing this, and you can too, guys, because I know that when I share my story, like you can have it in your awareness. You're like, oh, if this happened to her, this could happen to me too. So like, just copy and paste, guys. Like it's so easy.
I have so many things. I have so many things to describe, and I hope the person that you know is listening, because I want to share that this was a most amazing experience when I heard this from Steph, because there's a number of factors. One of the biggest factors, and I'm going to share a very similar story, is that Steph's friend uh, it got to experience this together. He got to experience this together with Steph. So Steph is reflecting this miracle that was performed, cause and effect, that they both entertained that the phone was here. And they felt that I found the phone. It's here. Again, that's love. It's love. It's nothing but love. So, and then they got to experience this this intimate kind of experience together where they're sharing this love together. And then this phone was born out of the love that they both experienced together, and they both got to experience this together. So this way, her friend got to experience this, and got to see that it is real because Steph is showing that, yeah, I covered all my bases. I checked your pocket. I checked the chairs. It's not here. So now moving forward, everything that happens is, if it does, when it does happen, is going to be confirmed. It's a miracle. That is amazing. I mean, that is just crazy, crazy good
It's
because,
fun.
yeah, it's fun because now Steph's friend, is now knowing that he is the cause, he is the truth, he is all power. And this reference experience will move forward with him. He can never forget it. It's not possible. Never forget it. And I know that there'll be other experiences that he'll experience, but the thing is, they experience it together. So he knows he's not crazy. He knows he's seen that. Yeah, you know it. I know it. We both know it. You heard it. I heard it. We did this together. There's only one anyway, and then they got to experience it. So
Yeah.
it's really, you hear these stories where, I did this and got this and I thought about this and I got this, but when two people experience this together, it really is a beautiful, beautiful experience because it just has more meaning. Because we're all one as I ams, and when you are
Yeah.
doing this, when you're with someone else, it has even more significance of who you truly
Yeah.
are because you really, you were reflected in each other. But when you see that the cause and effect is through who you're surrounded by, who's in your awareness, it's just even more powerful. And I thought it was just a wonderful, wonderful story and very, very exciting. What's going to happen next? Really, it's really what's going to
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I love this so much is because, like, I'm finally experiencing people witnessing things with me, and as you guys may know, I've been studying this for a long time and applying it into my own life, and I talk about it on this channel, and Mitch and I started this channel because this is real life for me. I'm not making anything up, like, this is how easy my life is and fun, and I want that for the world, you know? So to be able to share experiences is like my highest dream right now. It's like, look what we can do. Like, you know,
Mhm.
you're safe. You're safe now. You don't have to believe in laws. You don't have to believe that somebody can attack you. You don't have to believe that you're going to lose something or, that you're not going to have enough. That's all an illusion. There is no lack, right? So I love being able to expand that awareness to the people in my life and to the people watching this channel. Like, you guys, it's so fun. It's so fun. And you feel like really unstoppable. You're just like, "Oh, like, what's next? Like, what else can I create and then share with my family, you know? What else
Yeah.
can I,
Yeah.
just share with the world?" It's so cool.
Yeah, and think about it, every day, everyone out there, all our friends and everyone out there, we're always entertaining the next moment, every moment of time. We're always entertaining what's going to be tomorrow, right? No, tomorrow didn't actually physically come, but we're always entertaining it because we didn't experience it physically yet. So we're programmed to entertain what's going to be tomorrow, even though we're only assuming what's going to happen tomorrow. So with events like this, like the event that Steph described, Steph's friend, and we're making Steph's friend you. I mean, you're that friend.
Oh, I love
So
that.
when you entertain tomorrow, think about you have limitless ways of entertaining tomorrow. Okay, I'm looking for my ideal partner. I'm looking for that thing that I lost. You're entertaining these things because you're love and you always entertaining in love. So now you're empowered from these kind of reference experiences to look at things differently, like, wow, I can assume that I now have my phone, I now have my partner, I now have whatever I'm looking to find, because you're assuming that tomorrow. So now you realize that it's not a finite assumption. You have limitless possibilities from the eternity archive to say, I found it. So I'm going to give you a story as we're talking stories. I'm going to tell you my story. So this is a wonderful story that I had a few years ago. And, I lost my wedding ring, and, I've been married for, 13 let's see, 13 years now, almost.
Congratulations.
Thank you, almost 13, yeah, thank you. And, so I never wanna lose I mean, it's an illusion to think like that it has any I mean, surely it's very important that I, wouldn't lose my wedding ring, but it means a lot to me. Um one day, I couldn't find it. I don't know what happened to it,
It
for
was
whatever the
hiding.
reason may be,
That's what I say.
and
I was like, things are hiding. I never say they're lost. I'm like, oh, they just decided to hide.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's all temporary. It was playing hide and seek with me.
Uh-huh.
So this is the first time that it was playing hide and seek with me a little longer than I expected. So I don't remember. I For some reason I think I remember before this happened. I used to find things small, insignificant things. I mean, not to say everything is significant in their own way, but I just didn't put as much meaning to other things. And I learned that assuming and entertaining that I have it. So the way I develop this is to close my fist and to it doesn't matter how small the object is or how large the object is. It's just simply the symbol meaning that I give that I have it in my hands. So what I do is I say, "Ah, I found it." So so think about it. It's not now, it's important to note, I always like to peel back the layers. So and I don't really see a lot of the channels doing this. But when you say to yourself, "I found it. I found it," what you're doing is it's love. It's love. It's the sheer power of love, which is effortless believing. It's effortless. And I feel like I got it. See that again, hear what you're saying. I got it. You can't stop it. Even if you want to stop it, you can't. It doesn't even matter if you're not even looking for anything. If you believe you found something. It's really the power of because love, the identity of love is gratitude. So you're really receiving, you're a receiver. So it's very easy to identify with receiving because love is receiving. So when I close my fist, I'm actually just identifying with myself in a way because I immediately believe it. Anything that's effortless believing is you because otherwise how could it be effortless? So so when I closed my fist and I said, "Oh, I got it." Which feels great. And I love saying it now. Um, so I knew that it would come some way, somehow. And again, this is talking to yourself as love. You're your own best friend, some way, somehow. Some way, somehow, it will come more and more into my awareness. So it was almost like a fun journey. Like, I don't know how this is going to show up. It's going to show up in a very fun way. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it should be very fun. So
I
I was
love
going to
that.
bed so I was going to bed and that's also love, fun is love. So so I was going to bed one night, and it wasn't I think it was maybe within 24 hours, I'm thinking, and I was laying down in bed, I put the covers on, and, I don't know how this happened, I don't know what I was not sleeping, I was very awake, I was very conscious. And a miracle happened. And this is the miracle. I literally, and I am not kidding, this is not like I was on drugs or anything. I'm serious. It is the real deal. I was literally in shock when it happened. Literally in shock. Maybe because I was getting comfortable getting to
I'm
bed
laughing
and
at the
just relax.
disclaimer, Mitch. I'm laughing at the disclaimer because I've had so many things like that where I'm
Yeah,
like,
I get it now. So I don't know. I literally saw something in the air and it wasn't like I pulled the blanket like tight and then something jumped. It was not like that. It was just comfortably getting in bed, putting the covers on slowly. It wasn't like rush, 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 jumping, blanket jumping, nothing. Nothing like that whatsoever. So I was just relaxed. I'm getting in bed and putting the cover, and all of a sudden, I wasn't thinking about it, and I literally saw some small object flying, not flying, just kind of like just gently, like just moving, and something went into my bed. Something went, and nothing. There's nobody there, and and I looked in my bed, and the ring is in the bed. Now, mind you, I looked everywhere in this bed, and I saw an object in the air coming from my night table in the air, maybe going about 2.5 feet up, maybe 2.5 feet up, and then moving towards the bed. And I was like, "Wow, this is crazy. That's crazy." And, again, it opened up my world because I believed effortlessly that I had the ring. And I knew it was because I already felt I received it. Believe and you have received it. I received it
Yeah.
because love is receiving. It's effortless believing. So it's your
Yeah.
gift. It's your birthright to receive. It's because you're love. That's how you know. And it was really a surreal experience that I was talking about for a while. I was talking about it for a while, and I never forget that experience. And that is reference wisdom, reference experience that I have related to faith in many other parts of life. But you're always remembering who you are, so you can't just forget it. You're always playing with that and having fun and doing more and expanding more. It's not like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm done with playing." You'll never be done with being loved. You'll never be done with, being a receiver of fulfillment and feeling good. So, it never turns off. That's my story.
I'm so happy you share that. Like, you're so awesome because you're so awesome.
Thank you.
And, like, I could relate so much to that actually, especially now after the Thursday, I mean, was it Friday episode with the wallet. He just looked at me, he's like, "The wallet fell out of my pocket." We know it wasn't in his pocket. We
Great.
know this, you know? So, I
Great
have
stuff.
so many stories where, like, people would tell me, like, I misplaced something, and, like, it was funny because I had a roommate too, she misplaced her purse on her birthday, and then her brain would go into, like, "Oh, I'm so clumsy, I can't believe we didn't check," but I was like, "No, no, no, don't open that doorway, it's
Mm.
here." It's like I already checked everywhere, and then I remember even having the inkling of thinking, "Oh, should I go drive to the restaurant to check?" And I said, "No, why am I opening that possibility? I know it's at home." Long story short, she was looking everywhere, and then her boyfriend comes over and finds it on the sofa and underneath the sofa, and she's like, "No, but I promise I checked." She's like, "I know I checked that between the." So she was trying to, like, justify herself to him because he's saying, like, "Oh, you girls were so clumsy, you didn't notice." And it's like, "No, like, it wasn't there before, like, I know it wasn't there before." And this it happens to me all the time where I just don't even look for things anymore. I was like, "They're just gonna show up in my hand, like, somehow,
Yep.
some way." And and I think the biggest takeaway that I wanna share with you guys as the viewers is you don't have to stress out when things happen that is getting you to the unknown, and I think that's where the brain panics, like, "Oh my god, I don't know where this is. I don't know how it's gonna show up." If you see it with a perspective of excitement, like, "Oh, I'm about to witness a miracle. How amazing." Like, "I'm about to see something awesome." That's how really the momentum keeps, like, leading you into that direction where, like, everything solves itself, right?
Yeah, yeah, the bigger takeaway here is it's not just looking for things that are misplaced. It
Yeah.
is for anything. It is for anything you desire. I mean, we desire to find, but what we're doing is we're finding our desires now. You're finding your desires now. You're fulfilled now. This is simply a lesson in fulfillment. It's not just you're finding yourself, essentially. You're finding yourself because you're always enjoying fulfillment. You're always enjoying yourself. That's why you're your own best friend, you know, and that's why you're your own. You champion yourself because that's what love does. Is all these things is always to remember. Hey, I can feel it now. I can find it now. I can tell myself good things now. I can hear gratitude from people I love now. You're always entertaining everything. You're always finding these things. Like, I want to find, success tomorrow. Well, it's now. I heard
Yeah.
everyone's thanking me now. You're not only finding rings, you're not only finding phones, you're finding yourself. And these are
That was
simply,
really good.
desires are
Yeah.
to remind you of that. So in Steph's friend's case, his desire was to remind him that he's loved, to remind him that he's fulfillment. The phone reminded him of that. Ah, I found my phone. Ah, I remembered myself. That's what you're really doing,
Yeah.
right? There's no difference. We
Yeah.
we think it's things, but it's really us, states of being.
Yeah.
We're reminded of love, like, that's love, like, "Wait a second, I'm love, I got it." There you go, "I got it." Doesn't that feel great? I got it. I mean, just think about it. If you peel back the layers, you'll realize more and more, it just keeps going back to yourself. It's the cause is within, the cause is yourself, the cause is love,
Yeah.
and, that's where we're always, embodying being, because that's your superpower. Anything else that your friend found that you wanna share?
Oh my god, I can go on forever. The thing is that this is, like, my whole life, and we're at do we need to close this episode, or we keep going with
Yeah, why
stories?
don't we if we want, maybe we'll
Keep
bring your
some
friend on, and he'll tell him himself and describe in his
Yeah.
own words.
There's other things
Um
that also, like, think I think it's really gonna help all of our viewers to remember things can be easy, like, let's say you get into a little hiccup, a little block, whatever. It doesn't have to take 2 hours for it to get solved. It can be 10 minutes, that happened to me. My mom was in a little fender bender, and we called the tow truck company, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be 2 hours." And then I was just sitting next to her like, "I don't have to accept that. Like, why am I
Mhm.
accepting that?" So, it's funny to see the dynamic between my mom and I because she, like, some people are more physically based on evidence, and I'm always calm and smiling. So, like, even if, like, chaos shows up, I'm, like, smiling and calm, and she's like, "Of course you're so calm." Like, "You're always having fun, and we're here, like, stuck in the middle of the road." And I'm laughing because I'm like, "This is so minimal." So then the tow truck that was supposed to take 2 hours takes 10 minutes because it just so happens that he's, like, down the street, like, somehow, some way, and, that's just how it is for me. Things are easy, things get solved easily, and not only solving and thank you so much, Mitch, for bringing that up. It's not only about solving problems, it's also about creation and directing our attention to new experiences that are going to enlighten us and, just allow us to share more love.
Yeah, I have a saying, "There are no problems, only solutions." And
Mhm.
what does that actually mean? It means there's only love. Solutions is love.
Mhm.
There's no not love, which is quote unquote problems. That would be not love. That would be I am not, so there's no
Yeah.
problems. There's only solutions. There's only I am. There's only love.
Mhm.
So when you look at it that way, you realize that, that I am not doesn't exist. Problems really don't exist. They only exist if you make them exist because you love that. You would love to put energy into them. You love
Yeah.
to give them energy. That's really where it's at. That's why
Yeah.
we experience these illusions because we love them. You're saying I am too, whatever you're entertaining. And,
Yeah.
I actually look at it that you could say, I love that I am. So, you could say I am this, or you could say I love that I am this, because I am is love. So anything you give I am to, you love. So if you're entertaining, oh, the tow truck's going to take an hour, well, then you love it. If you love the tow truck is going to be there in a few minutes, well, you love that too. And that actually feels good. And that's the only real meaning, because that's what's fulfilling. It's not fulfilling for you to say, oh, it's going to take an hour. No, that's not you. It's not
Yeah.
real. It's not the real meaning. What the real meaning is that you're going to be taken care of now. There's only solutions. And
Yeah.
when you look at it that way, it's very empowering, because then you realize, like, what was I doing? Why would I hurt myself and say the tow truck going to take an hour? Oh, this is what happens. It's a busy day. It's rush hour. It's going to probably take an hour or two. No, there's no
Yeah.
reason to do that. That's not love. That's not who you are. It doesn't feel fulfilling. It doesn't feel good. So then you realize, like, oh, now I'm not gonna surrender my free will. I have a choice. My sheer power is my thinking. And where I place my attention is where I place my energy. So I think that's a really good takeaway for today, that you are everything and that you really have the power of giving what you prefer in your thinking, and that's your superpower. And in every moment, you're love, and in every moment, you give the version of yourself from love. You're thinking from, not thinking of, and you're thinking from who you are. And, life becomes a lot of fun. Like Steph says, everything becomes doesn't matter what you're doing, it's fun because it's always gonna work out. It's easy because love is easy. And, with these type of applications, you'll be able to, really harness the power of love in any scenario and be empowered. Take the power back, your free will. I mean, closing my hand and saying, "I got the ring," that's free will. That's taking your power. That was like taking a fist and saying, "I got power." You take the power back. You're doing it, "I got it."
I love that story so much. I love it, and I'm so happy you shared it, and,
Thank you. I
you
love your
know,
story too. I can't wait
this
to hear
mm.
more from, your friend that knows even more about this. It'll be a lot of fun.
The funny thing also, and you guys are gonna hear about this, is that he's now witnessing things appearing out of nowhere that he thought
Mm,
were misplaced. I mean, they were misplaced, but he thought they were lost. So now he's, like, finding all these random
mm,
things in his life,
mm.
and he's calling me very shocked, like, I'm mind blown, like, this wasn't there before, and I was like, "I know, things appear out of nowhere, nothing's ever lost." And so it's fun like that, so keep watching, guys. We're gonna have a lot more fun stories and guests, and we would love to have you here. Let
Mm,
us know what you're up to. Let us know how you've, put these teachings into your own life and how much freer you feel. Or if you just want a little bit of help with more clarity, we can do that too. And it would be an honor. It's an honor already, doing this and getting to have this channel together. And I don't know. I think that's it.
yeah, so I'll wrap it
Stay
up.
tuned.
I'll wrap it up by saying, listen, so you are everything. You're the power. Sky's the limit. The power's in your hands. Make that fist and take it to the heavens and bring it home. All your desires are here. I am Mitch.
And I'm Stefania. We love you guys. You got this. You're awesome. Mwah.
Bye.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.